and very warm welcome to RefLabs. This is Farooq Hussain, and today we will continue the global system preferences of Koha Integrated Library System in Koha Operational and Administrative Skills series. So, today's video is very much important, and I would recommend to completely watch this video because you will learn more and more things here. So, today we are going to discuss the patterns searching. So let's start, and I would recommend to use Koha Manual. Actually, Koha Manual is just write Koha Manual on your web browser and the version you are using. Alternatively, you can visit the Koha community site, and there you will find the Koha Manual. So the Koha Manual is one of the very much important, and it's a complete document to learn and more about the Koha, and there will be each and every answer of your query about the Koha operations and administration. So the next thing I would recommend is Koha Demo site to practice on Koha. Koha Demo site, remember, it's for practices purpose only. This site is not actually a ready-made solution of Koha for your institution. Okay, so the Koha demo, let me open the Koha demo. And let me open this one and this one. So you just need to log in with, let me log out and then log in. So you just need to log in with the provided email, the password, and log in. For example, demo. So in last video we have talked about the authority. We have talked about the circulation. We have talked about the cataloging, circulation, enhanced content. And now we will learn about the patterns and searching. First, we will talk about the patterns, and then we will talk about the searching. Now, let's start with the Koha manual. So, the Koha manual. Okay. Or I have written few important values here. So, the patrons borrowers mandatory field. How many of you actually try to add a patron in Koha, and there you will find the surname is mandatory? And what does it surname mean? I mean, you are not familiar surname and you are not writing surname. So how you will remove that surname as mandatory? For example, the mandatory field is not surname in your institution. The mandatory field is just card number only. Or the roll number is actually the mandatory field. I mean, the card number and the roll number is the same thing. Or the first name is actually the mandatory field. Or the address is actually the mandatory field. So you have to remove that mandatory field, or you have to add more mandatory fields. So how you will do that? So let me talk to you. So let me open the Koha demo site. This is actually the staff client. Staff panel, and there we have administration. In administration, we have global system preferences, and just click here and let's go to pattern. If you have not watched my last video about the accounting, acquisition, administration, authorities, and authorities, just see the I button upside, and there you will find the video, and also a video about the circulation and enhanced content, and we have talked about the cataloging as well. So you just see the I button and you will find the video about the prior discussed preferences. So here we have patterns, and let me open one patterns here. I mean just a new pattern. I'm going to add a new pattern here, and there you can see the surname is actually mandatory. The next field is actually the card number. So how you'll change actually the surname, and how you make sure the surname and the first name will be the your mandatory field, or you want to remove this surname. So in Koha global system preferences, and you have to come on pattern side, and there you can see the borrower's mandatory field. There you can see there are two mandatory fields. One is card number, the second is surname. Now you can change this actually. Let me change this. I just remove the surname here, and let me save this. See what happened here. Now let me refresh this. So you see the surname is now not a mandatory field, and you want to change this to, I mean you want to make sure that date of birth would be, or the first name would be your mandatory field. So then you want to add first name. Just an example, you can write the first name. Save this. Save this. Okay, and see what happened here. Now from surname to first name are mandatory. So you need to add a bar between more than one value. For example, the first name and surname would be bar like this. Let me zoom this. You can see the bar. We have added one bar here. Now the card number, first name and surname, and first name and surname would be the mandatory field. Let me give. You will see. So surname, first name, and the card number, they are mandatory. Library and category, the by default they are actually mandatory. We cannot add them. We cannot actually modify them, but the surname we can modify the surname and the first name, or whatever the field you want to add or subtract. You can do this by this actually the column. So you can check the database columns. For example, this, you just click on database column here, and you will find the different values of the patterns entry. See, let me show you. Surname, first name, other names, initial, street, types, and whatever you want actually. For example, phone number. For example, email address would be some mandatory field. So you can add the email address, or you can add the phone number, or for example, country, or whatever the field for patterns is mandatory as per your policy. You can make this mandatory, but you have to provide that case. Okay, now the next thing is after the borrower's mandatory field is patterns images. Okay, so what happened, let me show you. There we have a pattern. Actually I just added one pattern here in this we can this I have added myself here actually there, and you can see there's no image available on top pattern side. This is by default actually. So but you have to know, I mean you want to recognize the patterns by image, and you want to see the pattern image on a staff client, then how you will do that? by default there will be no pattern image here. So come to patterns preferences, and there you will find the pattern images. See, yes, in journal you will find the pattern images, and see, it don't allow images to be uploaded and show for patterns on a staff time. This is by default actually. So you can change this to allowed. See what happened here. This is one pattern record, and let me refresh this after saving that preferences, and here we have pattern. Now you can add pattern images, or if there's pattern images available already in database, so you will see the pattern image. So this way you can, activate this option. After the pattern images, we have the next value, and the very much important value is borrower's title. So you know the title, we have title, for example, Mr., Miss, Mrs. But sometimes we have patterns like doctor, professor, engineer, and how you will provide the title to that type of patterns. For example, let's come to pattern site, and I want to add a doctor, but there is no actually title site. There's no salutations or titles available on this entry. So what I'll do actually, so I just come to this preferences of Koha global system preferences, and there we have patterns, and in patterns we will see the borrower's title, and there you can provide borrower's title, for example, Mr. This is just an example, and a bar in between Miss, a bar in between Mrs., a bar in between Doctor, a bar in between, and Professor, Engineer. This is just an example, huh? So, okay, engineer, and sometimes we have professor, doctor, or anyone. For example, sir. This is just an example actually. So if you want to add this something, okay, borrower's title. This way you can add actually borrower's relationship. For example, the guarantor relationship, for example, uncle, auntie, or whatever you want to add. Let me save this and see what happened here. Let me refresh this. Now there is a salutation drop down available, and you can add whatever the salutation. For example, let me add a doctor here. Let me write my name. Okay, the surname is okay. Actually, Hussain. Right. So you will save this like, okay. Actually, I'm not doctor. So, anyways, after this borrower's title, minimum password length. Let's see what happened actually. Uh, mhm. And the card number length you can also talk about the card number length, and I'm actually going to talk about the password length. Okay. Very actually difficult to find out some value here. Okay, sorry. Password. Okay, there it is. You can use Control F and find the information whatever you want to find. So minimum password length is by default, you will see this is actually 3. So you can change this to at least 8 characters. A password of for login password for staff and patron must be at least 8 characters long. By default, you will see this is actually 3. So you can actually modify this. Some people write password like this 123. I mean 123 hash ABC 123. This password is actually not recommended password. So the length must at least be 8 character long. And let me save this. Okay, the next thing is after the minimum password length is SMS Send Driver. You have to configure the driver for SMS services to your patron, and there you have actually to subscribe the driver, and then you have to write the driver in this preferences. For example, let me find SMS Send Driver. There you can see the SMS Send Driver, and there you have to write the SMS Send Driver, and then you have to subscribe. There are lots of services available in market, and you can subscribe that. And then this next thing is use email receipt. For example, you are sending, okay, so this email receipt is actually don't send email receipt to patrons for payments and write-off. Send. Must send. Okay, this send email receipt to patrons for payment and write-off. When you actually configure your email system, SMTP server, Koha, then it will actually activate the email receipt to your patron. Let me save this. So these are actually some important values of patrons. Now, and further you can browse patrons, and whatever you want to know, let me know. I mean, you can write to me, just write in comments. So the patrons per range, they are 20, and you can limit to 5, you can limit to, I mean, you can extend this, and you can see. And if you want to remove some fields from this patron form, so you can write here unwanted field is also available. So you can write here, for example, you don't need just an example surname. This is just an example, but you have to remove surname here. And you want to remove surname from this column actually. So you can do this. Save here, and let's see what happened. Now the surname is not available with this form. So this way you can modify this form and the pattern preferences. So the next thing is searching. Searching is very much important in Koha. Searching is top most important thing in Koha and on OPAC. So you have to have work on searching. Let me show you how you will work on searching and there we have few important values. Let me show you. Okay, in searching we have default sort field, maximum items in search result, opaque items search, opaque items result display, opaque numbers search result, and advanced search type. So let me show you how you will do that. So the default sort fields, default sort field. Okay, so let us see. Searching is really very important for any integrated library system or any library system. It's really important searching. So because without searching, there's no system can work. And let's see what are the preferences in searching and these values. So the feature is actually in features, this query fuzzy or fizzy is actually don't fire by default, so you have to make it fire. Let me show you what happened. Try to match similar spell words in a search. For example, my name is Burrow. It's I spell with FURRUKH, and lots of people spell like FARRUKH. So it will actually there's some sort of provision to match some busy words. But you need actually Zebra, and Zebra is actually indexing system, and Zebra for that purpose required. Then come to search result. Search result is actually default sort field. Okay, by default sort search result in a staff line by relevance. So you can change this actually by date added, by author, by call number, the total number of checkouts. For example, you want to see the total number of checkouts, uh, date of publication, the titles. Okay, just an example, I want to see by title, and let me search first. In a staff client, I just come here. Okay, in advanced search, I want to perform a search. I'm searching books. Let's search. And there you can see the result from one in relevance format. But I need actually result by title. So let me change this title and in A to Z or Z to A, it's also available. So let me change it. And now let me refresh this search. See what happened here. Okay, I have to perform this search once again because it has refreshed the same thing. So let me perform this search once again in advanced search, and there I select books, and then see what happens. Now they are available from A to Z format, the title. So similar, you can actually do this. And then we have if you want to read more about this, you can use Koha Manual. But I'm showing you some important things actually. Maximum item in search result. So they are 20 by default. You can see where they are. 20 on one page, and you can modify them. They are 20. Similar for this, 80, and 80 means, and starting from 61. That means they are 20 on one page. So you can, it's a It's 80 and starting from 61. That's mean they are 20 on one page, so you can modify them to any number you want. Then we have this is for staff client. OPAC default sort field. By default, sort field search result is relevance. So you can change as similar you change this staff client. You can change also in OPAC as well. OPAC item search result display. By default, you will see the don't show an item library location and call number in OPAC search result. So you have to make it show, and this is important actually. OPAC item search result display. So you have to show this, and then you will see the item library location and call number in OPAC search results. And then we have okay, advanced search types. This is important actually. In the starting video, when we are actually setting the global, when we are setting the basic parameters and we talk about the let me show you. In Koha administration, we have talked about the authorities value. And authorities value, we have talked about the C code, the collection code, and we have also talked about the LOC. LOC is the shelving location. So you have to provide advanced search types like this. For example, let me show you where they actually work. You just come to advanced search and see there we have item type. We have item types only. Let me add here LOC. Then you will see what happens. Now you will see the shelving location is also available here. Item types and shelving location. And let me add one more value. For example, C code, collection code. Collection code. So check out the video when we have set the basic parameters. On I button you will find the link to that video where we have set this actually the basic parameters, the authorized value. And in search, okay, advanced search types, remember this. Okay, extended search option. By default, don't show more options on OPAC and staff advanced search. But you can change this actually. Let me show you what happened. Now there are some limited options, and you can see this is actually limited. And let me extend this. Remember this. Let me extend this. Okay. So we have limited options for search, and I want to extend this. Show. When I just say show, that's mean what happened here. Now you can see this. work through the Boolean operator, and there's also provision to add or subtract some fields. For example, I don't want that field, but I want to add one more field, and I can perform in extended format. So this option has added through this preferences extended search option. And then in searching, I have saved few. Let me see my advanced search type. Okay, so advanced search type, I have already showed that advanced search type for you. And that's all for searching. There's a numbers of things in searching, but they actually some important. Okay, after searching preferences, let us complete few important preferences. Those we actually skipped, and but I think they are important. So it's internationalization and localization. Let's see what happened here. So the internationalization and localization is most relevant with the format and the address or something like this. So in address format, you have three format by default. We have German style, French style, and US style. On this demo server, you can see they have selected German style, but if we want US style, we can select this. Then alphabet are quite fine and leave them as it is. Then first calendar day would be, it could be Monday, or you can change as per your setting, as per your organization setting. For example, Friday, for example, Sunday, or whatever you want. But by default, it's Monday. And don't touch the the date format on this. On a production server, but if you are starting a new machine, you can change this date form. And then languages, local and the regional languages, you can plug local and regional languages with your staff interface and your OPAC interface. So and then you allow what local and regional language you want. But first you have to plug that language from the tool side, the tool modules of Koha. I'll show you in next video when we come to tools of Koha. So we will plug some language and I'll show you. So I actually unchecked all of the languages here, and then OPAC language display. Of course, you have to allow this. Time format is 24 hours. So you can change this on a new machine, but not on a production server. Translate notice, okay, don't allow. Translate notice for if you want to translate notices. Okay, let's see what happened here. So you just check languages are disappeared now, and let me refresh this. And languages also disappeared from there. Okay, after this internationalization and localization, then local use. Local use, I would recommend to don't touch the local use, but I'll show you what it is. You can check the version here and don't touch that. Log is actually log reports. You can generate log report what your staff is doing, what on your OPAC system, your Koha system. So debugging, okay, then logging, generate log for this, and for borrowers log, for cataloging log, and on job log, find log, and the whole logs. I mean, it's actually a report of your staff, uh, library staff, what staff is doing what activity on your Koha system. So you can generate actually log there. And then we have, for example, if you want to generate logs for holds, you can allow this. And then you have to work on report side. I'll show you how you can generate the log report uh, when we come to the report modules of the Koha. And then we have okay, we have already discussed patterns, we have discussed searching, we will discuss OPAC. It's actually quite long. And then we have staff clients, of course. Staff client is important. And oh my god, internet, it's too slow now. So let me fix this first and I'll show you. Okay, let me fix this. Okay, I have fixed the internet issue now, and let's see. In staff client, actually we have this display 856U as image. 856 is actually a mark tag for URL. So if you want to display URL as image on result and detail page, when you search in Koha, there would be one result page, and when you click on some particular record, there would be a detail page. So you want to display URL as a picture on detail, on result and detail pages. Yes. And then display, okay, this is left this. Favicon. Favicon is actually this icon. You can see the Koha is available here. K. If you want to change this icon with some your organization icon, so you can do this, and you just need to provide the image URL here, and then intranet main user blog. If you want to write something here in main user blog on, for example, there, you can do this by writing welcome to Koha. Okay, intranet navigation are actually these. This is called navigation. This side is actually navigation. So you can add any navigation if you want to add. You can do this, and then after navigation we have style sheet and user CSS for interface designing, and JS is for JavaScript. So okay, let me add one JavaScript first. Let me save this and I'll show you what happened here. Nothing happened. Okay, you can see it's main user block. Welcome to Koha, but I would recommend rather to do this. Okay, let me log out first, and I actually show you what I want to do. Okay, on the login page, you can see this is a logo of Koha, but you want to replace this with your organization logo or your library logo, so you can do this. So let me log in again and show you what you have to do. Go to Koha administration, global system preferences, and global system preferences you will find staff client. On staff client you will see the user intranet user JS. It's for JavaScript. I have one script here. Okay, you can see this. This is the script, and red is actually the URL address of that particular picture that I will paste instead of Koha logo, and then you can see the height of that image and the width of that. You just need to provide the URL here, and you have to set the height and the width. And if you need this particular script, you can write your email address in the comment of this video. So I'll send you the email address or WhatsApp number. So I will send you actually this script. So let me copy this here and save this, and let me log out now. Okay. So you can see it's replaced with Greenwich University, where we recently implemented Koha. With permission of my friend Asif, I'm using these code actually. So let me omit this. Okay. Now, after this, okay, the rest of the thing you will read in the Koha manual, and then tools. Okay, I have to save. Okay. And then we have tools, and tools is actually, let me show you one by one. Okay, barcodes. Okay, this is nothing. Batch item. Uh, when we come to batch item, I'll show you how you work with batch item on tool side. News. Okay, patterns card. Limit the numbers of creator image stored in the database with 8. We can limit this 5, or we can extend this as well. Numbers save record reports by default there are 30. I mean 20 is actually by default. So if you want to extend this, you can actually save report numbers on report module and save this. And then we have this web services. Okay, so leave them as it is, they are not so important. So we have complete all of them except the OPAC, and I'll show you OPAC, how we can design the OPAC actually, how we can actually interface design of OPAC. By default, this is actually the interface of OPAC, and how we can customize this OPAC, how we can design this interface in a better way according to your organization policy, I mean the theme of your organization. So in the next video we will cover the OPAC in global system preferences. Because of the lengthy video actually, I'm skipping OPAC here. So next video we will cover the OPAC, and I'll share you some script as well, CSS script and JS script, and also share you some script of new arrival display as well, and main user whatever. So thank you very much. This is Farooq Hussain, and you are watching Reflements. Keep watching and comment your email address or the WhatsApp number in the comments box. So I'll actually share you this this script, JS script, and I'll share you. Thank you.